When most students step into my teaching studio, they bring with them what I would describe as a codependent vocal system. What is a codependent vocal system, and how can we work towards the higher ideal of a fully coordinated singing voice?
Sound check. Check 1, check 2.
Hello friends, welcome to Voice Essentials. My name is Dr. Dan. I'm so glad you chose to click on my video. So what is a codependent vocal system? Well, the answer lies in the word codependent. In the world of psychology, codependency can be defined as a type of dysfunctional helping relationship where one person supports or enables another person's drug addiction, alcoholism, gambling addiction, poor mental health, immaturity, irresponsibility, or underachievement. Now, how might that apply to our vocal apparatus, I hear you ask? Good question. Well, the same definition might be reworked for our purpose to read: the codependent vocal system is a type of dysfunctional helping relationship where one part of the vocal mechanism, e.g. the tongue, supports or enables another part of the vocal mechanism, for example the larynx, in the production of sound. Now, as Matthew Edwards points out in his excellent text, So You Want to Sing Rock and Roll, it is true that our voice is a non-linear system. Dr. Edwards' illustration of the non-linear voice shows us that our breath affects our phonation, which affects the resonance, which in turn affects articulation, while each aspect interplays against the other 3 points along the vocal pathway. One of the challenges we face as developing singers is the way these 4 aspects interrelate as we produce our sound. You see, they don't always play nicely together.
Sound check.
For example, the primary school report card of the tongue might read, "Timmy Tongue does not sing well with others." The tongue, for many developing singers, is an excellent example of a codependent component of our vocal mechanism. For example, have you ever noticed that when you yawn, your tongue pulls back into the back of your throat? Essentially, as we yawn, the larynx lowers, the pharynx widens, and the tongue pulls backwards. Now, that's all well and good for a naturally induced yawn, but if you want to activate an open throat with a raised soft palate using a yawn posture, you must also train the tongue to remain in behind the lower front teeth, something that it doesn't typically want to naturally do. Another example of a codependent response when we sing is the natural tendency to create high levels of air pressure when we sing, especially when we want to sing higher or louder. As we approach the upper registers of our range, or when we want to increase the volume, the untrained instrument will typically respond with more push. It's counterintuitive, but the contemporary singer needs to learn to manage the physical temptation to drive the voice with more air pressure. The independently coordinated voice will apply the appropriate levels of subglottal pressure while simultaneously coordinating vocal tract shaping that enhances certain frequencies for the vocal task, in this case higher notes or volume. You see, for most of us mere mortals, our voices don't naturally sing well. Our bodies often behave in a less than efficient manner, and it's our job as developing singers to exercise the voice so that each individual part can perform as a well-positioned cog within a bigger, complete vocal system. To get you started on developing your independently coordinated vocal system, I'm going to give you an exercise. But before I do, take a quick moment to hit the thumbs up button if you're getting something out of today's video.
Sound check.
So we've talked about the tongue's predisposition to retract and our tendency to push as we get higher. Well, I've got a great exercise that's going to workshop both of these natural inclinations, helping us to facilitate a forward-placed tongue with less push. I'm going to be using exercise 11 from my singing exercise CD, Dr. Dan's Voice Essentials. If you don't already have a copy, you can download it using the links in the description sections below. The activity is an octave leap followed by a descending major scale. Now, this is a common singing exercise and it's generally done on an open vowel, but we are going to alter it somewhat by singing the entire scale with an extended tongue. As you do the activity, you'll have 2 aims. Firstly, for many of you, as you sing up to the octave note, you'll notice that your tongue wants to immediately retract back into the mouth. Your aim is to keep the tongue extended. I also want you to resist the temptation to drop the jaw too much as you do so. If you drop the jaw too far, you can start to build too much muscular tension in the muscles that operate the jawbone. So be careful. As always, if it hurts, stop. You're doing it incorrectly. Our second aim is to resist the temptation to push harder as you travel higher in the range. For some of you, the voice might feel like it's unstable and wobbly. That's okay. When we remove all the structural tension around the larynx, it can feel a little insecure at first, but after some practice, you should begin to notice a more independent and agile mechanism. So here's one I prepared earlier. Pay attention to my tongue and the way in which I manage my sound as I climb higher. I hope today's video has been a helpful one. Perhaps you can think of another example of a codependent response of the voice when it's left to its own natural devices. Please take a moment to leave your comments below so that we can all learn from your experience. And if this is the first time you've watched a Voice Essentials video, g'day. I hope the instruction in today's video was helpful as you seek to develop your voice and improve your sound. I upload a new video about singing performance and technique every Thursday, and I host live Q&As throughout the week, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button to receive notifications whenever I go live. Once again, thanks for watching. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.